Have you ever accidentally swallowed a gulp of seawater and instantly regretted it? Its taste makes you want to spit it out and vow never to make that mistake again. But have you ever wondered why rainwater is fresh? River and stream water is also fresh. Yet you don't understand why seawater is so salty. What would happen if one day the entire ocean suddenly turned into fresh water? Would it solve the clean water crisis? Or would it trigger a global catastrophe? Let's join Why Is That to uncover the answer to this salty mystery. You might not believe but the oceans weren't always salty. Billions of years ago, Earth was a molten ball, floating in space. The first oceans formed from water vapor, volcanic activity, and meteorites striking the planet. Seawater was entirely as pure as today's rainwater. So where did the salt come from? The answer may sound far-fetched, but it's completely accurate. It comes from rocks and time. Rain isn't just water falling from the sky. It's slightly acidic due to absorbing CO2 from the air, forming carbonic acid. As rainwater flows over rocks, it erodes and dissolves minerals, including sodium and chloride, the primary components of salt. After that, rivers carry this salt into the ocean. And here's where the fascinating story begins. Rivers may transport salt, but they don't stay long enough to become as salty as the ocean. When seawater evaporates under the sun, the salt cannot evaporate, accumulates over time, turning the ocean into a massive saltwater reservoir. Here's a fun fact. If you collected all the salt in the ocean, it could cover the earth with a layer of salt over 150 meters thick, taller than the Statue of Liberty. Even more intriguing, not all oceans have the same salinity. The Dead Sea has salinity 10 times typical seawater, while the Baltic Sea is much due to large amounts of fresh water flowing into it. If you've ever wondered why you can float effortlessly without knowing how to swim, now you know why. So why isn't river water salty? If rivers continuously carry salt, why does river water stay fresh? The answer lies in the speed of water flow. River water is constantly moving, washing away salt before it can accumulate. Imagine pouring a pinch of salt into a glass of water. If you keep replacing the salt gets washed away before it can make the water rivers work. However, some rivers in hot, dry regions where water evaporates faster than it can become salty as salt accumulates over time. Certain rivers in Australia have higher than an average salinity for this reason. What if the oceans became fresh water? It might sound like a wonderful vision. No more clean water, and humans could freely use ocean water without any concerns. But the reality is far more complex. It would unleash a global nightmare. First, marine ecosystems would be completely wiped out. Have adapted to salty environments over millions of years. If seawater suddenly became freshwater, their cells would swell and burst due to osmotic shock. The entire marine humanity would have to say to seafood forever. Next, global weather patterns regulates ocean currents. The highways that transport heat around the oceans lost their salt, currents like the Gulf Stream would stop, plunging Europe into a new ice age. Elsewhere, storms and extreme droughts would escalate uncontrollably. And that's not the worst part. Algal blooms would explode. Salt helps control the growth of microorganisms. But without it, harmful algae would proliferate, turning the oceans into a toxic green swamp. In short, if you've ever thought about turning the oceans into fresh water, think again. It's not a beautiful dream, but a terrifying nightmare. You might wonder, if rivers keep dumping salt into the oceans, will the oceans one day become too salty to support life? The oceans have a remarkably intelligent salt balancing system. Some salt settles at the ocean floor, forming vast salt deposits. Many marine organisms use salt to build removing their shells. It from the water. Geological processes at the ocean floor also recycle keeping salt, ocean salinity stable for millions of years. If you had the chance to remove all salt from the ocean, would you do it? Comment below. And if you love having fascinating questions, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our surprising discoveries in the future. If you had the chance to remove all salt from the ocean, would you do it? Comment below. And if you enjoy having intriguing questions, don't forget to like the video, subscribe and to turn on notifications to never miss our surprising discoveries.